Who's the GOAT? Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, man, bro, you my dog. You know this, though. Me and Bron been in arguments about this, though.
Well, does he take that? Does he is he conscientious about that shit?
Bron laughs at that shit, bro.
Because I feel like
he's in the conversation. Why the fuck does
I feel like he is the conversation.
He's getting compared to Michael Jordan, dog. We having real life arguments in barbershops about who's better between him and Mike. Dog, do you know how Mike Jordan play? You ain't never seen it, though. You've never seen Mike just
I've seen Michael Jordan in person.
No, you've never seen him just sitting down and just get up in his street clothes.
No, I've heard about it, though.
He does it all the time, bro. And every time you think, like, this nigga can't dunk no more.
But don't you think LeBron has had... The level of competition has been a lot more insane for LeBron.
Are you being serious right now?
Very much so.
You're being dead serious, bro.
Okay.
You're being dead serious right now. Do you know what Michael Jordan had to deal with, bro? You for real?
We can go over his finals opponents and go over LeBron's finals opponents, and you tell me who had the tougher teams.
You tell me who lost.
Okay. That's fair. But he also played... the Trailblazers. He played.
What was wrong with the Trailblazers?
I mean, the Trailblazers
They ain't have no super team. They ain't have a super team.
LeBron had to play.
That's a dick sucking statement.
LeBron had to. Jesus Christ. This is only a statement that a retired Iman Shumpert could make.
I'm just saying, we talking ball. I apologize.
All right. So listen. So LeBron had to go through in 05. He had to play peak. Or was it 07 rather? Was it 07 or 05 he went to the finals against the Spurs?
He's been quite a few times. But
well, the first time he went against the Spurs, that was the first kind of incarnation of the Spurs dynasty before Kawhi, right? So that's like peak Manu.
So you think Mike and Scotty wasn't going to blow that out? We'd have beat the Spurs 4-0 and sent them the fuck home.
I don't know, man.
We'd have shook Pop hand like a great guy.
I mean,
and we'd have told Pop.
The Jazz took the Bulls. I think y'all, the Cavaliers, would have swept the Jazz.
First, we're not talking about the Cavaliers.
But the Bulls didn't sweep the Jazz. It was a serious series.
We got LeBron James. We can match up with the Jazz. I could get over a screen. We could deal with John Stockton.
The Heat played a Thunder team with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden in the finals.
We could have matched up with that with the Bulls, fam. Think about it. We got Ron Harper, 6'6".
I like how you say.
Who was going to guard Mike on that Thunder team? It wasn't going to be KD. He don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Who was going to guard Mike?
What I'm saying
Who was going to guard him?
So you think that...
Because Scottie P was going to guard KD.
Do you think
Scottie P was going to guard KD. Mike was defensive team. He was going to take Russ. Who we got to deal with?
James Harden. Off the bench. 6 men. Okay.
See what I'm saying? Who going to deal with Kukoc when he come off the bench at 6'11"?
Kukoc. Here we go.
We coming to party, bro.
Serge Ibaka.
We coming to
Serge
party.
Ibaka would have dealt with him. So you mean to tell me
he's so cute.
You think
that's so cute? Give me some.
You think the Bulls had tougher competition in the finals than LeBron has had?
Don't violate the Bulls, bro. Do not compare these new teams to them Bulls, bro. I don't think y'all remember how them Bulls played.
Listen.
Bro. I don't think y'all remember how they played, bro. I don't think y'all remember how I got to the NBA. I got to the NBA watching these niggas. They wasn't playing with these people. They not finna play none of these games. None of them. You don't remember when Gary Payton was giving us a hard time? What Phil do? Hey, Scotty, deal with this man 94 feet.
I like how he speaks as a we perspective with the Bulls.
What you mean? We not going. We never went.
Some moments in sports do not need dramatic buildup or lengthy context to capture everyone's attention. Sometimes a single statement is enough to shift the entire conversation. That is exactly what happened when Iman Shumpert, a former teammate of LeBron James and a key contributor to Cleveland's historic 2016 championship run, made a straightforward but powerful declaration. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. On the surface, that opinion is nothing new. Fans, analysts, and former players have been making that same argument for decades. What made the comment land differently was the person delivering it. Shumpert was not speaking as an outsider or a media personality looking to generate clicks. He was someone who shared a locker room with LeBron James, competed alongside him on the biggest stages, and witnessed one of the most celebrated championship runs in NBA history from the inside. That context gave his words a weight that a random talking head simply cannot replicate. For many fans, hearing a former LeBron teammate publicly choose Jordan added a genuinely new dimension to the debate. It spread immediately across sports shows, podcasts, barbershops, and living rooms because it came from someone with direct first-hand experience of LeBron's greatness. Whether people agreed with Shumpert or pushed back hard against him, his comments became another reminder that the GOAT conversation remains one of the most emotionally charged discussions in all of sports. What made his remarks resonate beyond the initial reaction was the confidence behind them. There was no hedging, no attempt to soften the stance or add qualifiers. Shumpert spoke specifically about Jordan's competitive nature, describing someone who, even decades removed from his playing career, still carries the same relentless drive to challenge and outperform. To Shumpert, Jordan's legacy is not built solely on rings and awards, but on a mentality that has never left him. That framing gave his perspective added significance precisely because it came from someone who had experienced greatness from the other side of the debate, up close. Shumpert was part of the Cavaliers team that delivered Cleveland its first major professional sports championship in over 50 years, one of the defining moments of LeBron's entire legacy. He understood the preparation, the pressure, and the intensity required to compete at that level. And yet, having lived through that experience alongside LeBron, he still arrived at the same conclusion that so many former players and longtime fans have reached independently. For Jordan supporters, that kind of testimony carries a different kind of credibility. It is not a hot take. It is the perspective of someone who was inside one chapter of the debate and still landed on the same side. What Jordan supporters have always argued goes beyond the numbers. They point to the psychological pressure he placed on opponents, the aura he carried into every arena that made competing against him feel like an entirely different level of challenge before the opening tip even happened. His body language, his refusal to waver in pressure moments, and his expectation of winning created a standard within the Chicago Bulls that filtered through the entire organization. Teammates have described the effect in almost difficult-to-believe terms. Bill Wennington once suggested that when Jordan was on the floor, the team rarely debated whether they would win, only by how much. That kind of belief spreading through a roster is something that statistics simply cannot fully capture. From his battles against the physical Detroit Pistons, where every hard foul seemed to sharpen his focus rather than discouraging him, to his championship duels against Magic Johnson, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Gary Payton, and Karl Malone, Jordan's path to 6 titles was built through consistently defeating the best competition available. And the number that his supporters return to most consistently is the perfect finals record. 6 appearances, 6 championships, 6 finals MVP awards. Never needing a Game 7 on the sport's biggest stage. His supporters argue that while context and longevity matter deeply in the conversation, sports history is ultimately defined by results at the highest level of competition. LeBron James brings an extraordinary argument of his own. 10 finals appearances, 4 championships across 3 different franchises, historic battles against Tim Duncan's Spurs, Kevin Durant's Warriors, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Oklahoma Thunder. His ability to sustain elite performance and carry teams over 2 full decades is genuinely without parallel in the modern game. The 2016 comeback from 3 games to 1 against the most dominant regular season team in NBA history remains one of the most remarkable achievements in finals history. Critics point to his finals losses as part of his legacy. Supporters point to the volume and quality of competition he faced getting there and the consistency required to reach that stage 10 times. Jordan's supporters respond to that argument by returning to outcomes. They highlight the Bulls dynasty, particularly the 72-win 1995-96 squad, as one of the most intimidating benchmarks in NBA history. They imagine that roster, built around Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Ron Harper, and Dennis Rodman, matching up against any team from any era, and they struggled to identify who could consistently stop Jordan on the other end. Players like Kobe Bryant openly credited Jordan's approach as the foundation of their own competitive development, which speaks to how deeply his influence extended beyond his own playing career and into future generations of the sport. Shumpert's comments continue to attract attention precisely because they come from someone who has no obvious reason to diminish LeBron's greatness. He lived through it. He benefited from it. He celebrated one of the greatest championship moments in NBA history because of it. And he still chose Jordan. For the people who have held that position for decades, hearing it from someone on the inside of the other side of the argument only reinforces what they have always believed: that talent, championships, competitive mentality, and the lasting impression left on everyone who shared a floor with him still point to Michael Jordan as the standard against which all basketball greatness continues to be measured.